morning, everyone. Welcome to the Paletti Rosa Homestead. Today is Tuesday and it's day 7. No, day 9. Day 9. I'm bad. Day 9 of Three Rivers Homestead's Every Bit Counts during the month of August. So yesterday we had a great day, and today I realized that one of my onions that I saved, I got them real nice and dry and saved them. Something happened to one of them and it looks like they started to go, this one tray of them. So I thought I'd can up some onions today, maybe make a little onion broth. So I hope you'll come with me on today, follow me today. Again, please give me a thumbs up if you like my video. It's really important and I appreciate everybody's help. So, I have this onion left over from yesterday when I was doing tomato sauce. And I have my Vidalia chopper. I love this. I wouldn't live without this. So, basically I'm taking my onions, cutting them. I am saving all the skins as I explained yesterday. I save them and I put them in my broth when I make broth. So I just put these off to the side. And I'm just going to cut these once. And push down. I should have made it smaller. I didn't go small enough. There it goes. Sometimes the green part, the edge part, doesn't do very well in the chopper, so I just take that part off and I put them in with my extra pieces. So this one I'm going to cut down a little bit more. There it goes. And what I'm doing with these is I am going to put these into canning jars. And I'm going to pour beef broth on top of it. And whenever I make gravy, soup, I will turn around and open one of these jars up if I want onions in it. And it's a nice little stash to have on hand. And I'll show you. See what I noticed? Thank God it wasn't in there too long, I'm hoping. So I'll be able to save, hopefully, the onion. And see this one, how it got? So I'm hoping I could still save the onions. So, I'm just going to get going. I'm going to cut up a bunch of these, and when I start to put a jar together, I'll bring you back on board. Be right back. So I just wanted to show you what I do. I take the onions, make sure they're all kind of separated, and put them in the jar. Now, I'm more or less using this for onions, just so that you'll understand why I'm putting in so many onions. Because if I break open one of these to make like onion, oh gosh, say a gravy with onions in it, I'm making beef. I'm only going to use a small portion of the liquid that's going to be in here because I want more or less the onions. So I am going to fill this jar up to about like right there, and then I'll add my broth. So I'll bring you back in. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing here. So here is my jar filled with the onions. And I'm just going to take some of my homemade beef broth You want to leave about a 1-inch head space, and you want to make sure you debubble it. Now, if you're not sure what a 1-inch head space is, somebody asked me on a previous video, they got these little tools. And on the tool, you'll see 1, then 3/4, half, 1/4. So basically what you want to do is for 1-inch head space, you want to put it on the 1-inch thing, and it should go right to there, which is typically this very first line right there, the first ridge. And doesn't that look beautiful? So now when I want to make a gravy, a soup or whatever, and I want onions, all I have to do is take my spoon. We'll call this a spoon right now. Open this up and take out my onions. Now, yes, this is going to be canned, and when I open it, it's going to be a full jar. I'm going to do one with the big jar, and then I'm going to do some smaller ones, because it would be kind of hard to use all these onions in one shot. That would be for when I'm making like a big thing of soup. So, I'll be right back. So I was able to can a quart and 4 pints. Now, one thing I want to tell you about, when you're doing this, make sure you clean your cutting board all the time, because your onions aren't always clean. I was able to have a little bit left over, so I'm going to turn around and freeze that for another day. That I need onions and something, which will come. I was only able to save about that much of onion peels because some of them were really dirty and nasty looking. So this will go in my freezer. I started a new bag a couple days ago. And like I said, onions is something that keeps giving and giving, because you can use the peels when you're making your broth. That's how I make my beef broth. Just throw it all in there. And then just put it back in the freezer again. Now, another way that onions keep on giving and giving, you see this part? Now, I'm doing it 2 different ways this year. One of the ways I'm doing it, and let me turn down that music a little bit. I'm getting a cup, putting water in it, and submerging this like this to let the roots grow again. But I've got too many right now. So I've got 4 right here. So I could go right in my greenhouse or get any planter and put these in the ground and make sure they're watered, and I'll get an onion. Onion keeps giving and giving and giving. Okay, so now we want to get everything ready for canning. So you want to make sure you have a nice clean paper towel or a rag, whatever it may be. And make sure you get all of it off. I do not heat my lids up. Make sure you get it on finger tight, which means do that little extra turn. So today I got my canner, and I've got 3 pints and a quart of tomato sauce. And then I've got these. So I'll have a Canner Plus. So whatever I can't fit in the canner, I'll just wait until tomorrow.
None of y'all told me that Auto Trader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling.
Now, when you're planting these, the only part that needs to be underground is this basic part, your root. You can leave this above ground so that you know where you put it. Or put a little stake in the ground to let you know where you put it. Okie doke, let's get the canner ready. So for my final project today, I am going to make some bread and butter pickles. I got some cucumbers. I know it's not enough to make the whole thing, but that's okay. Every bit counts. So I'm going to be using Mrs. Wage's bread and butter pickle mix. And I need 6½ cups of vinegar, white distilled vinegar, 5% acidity. And I have that on my stove right now. I need 7 cups of sugar. So I'm going to put that in there right now. And I need a package. Okay, I'm sorry, I should not have this up yet. So I'm just going to stir it around for a moment. This mix is the best, so that's why I do this mix. So now you want to bring it to a boil. And then we're going to remove from the heat. But for now, what I want to do is I want to start making my pickles. Now I have one of these slicers, and I'm telling you, you have to be extremely careful. You can take off a finger with this. So be very careful. So here are my cucumbers. And what I want to do is I just want to take off those edges. I'll feed them to my chickens. It's going to be a little difficult for me this way, but I want to show you. And that's about the thickness that you want the pickles. So see how pretty they are? Now the slicer does come with one of these things, but to put the, I guess I could try it, but I don't want really holes in it. When it gets low down near the end, then I will. And keep taking your cucumbers out. Let me get a bowl to put them in. I'm doing everything vice versa here. Now I'm only keeping the smaller ones, like that size. If I made a mistake, which I've done 3 of them already, and I didn't see them, I had really big cucumbers outside. I don't want the real big ones, okay? So I'm going to continue to keep on cutting these up, and as soon as I get to a point, I'll bring you back in. Be right back. So I was able to cut up all my cucumbers. I did them, I would say, an 1/8 of an inch thickness. I filled them up, put them in the jars, and then filled it with the Mrs. Wages to a 1/2 inch headspace. Made sure I cleaned off my tops and put them in. So I got 3 jars of cucumbers today. This is, I think, a 3/4 one. And then what I did was leftover, I just put in jars. I had a few cucumbers left over. Put them in jars, and I know within the next day or 2, I'm going to be getting a bunch more cucumbers. So I have the sauce all ready to go. That's it for today. Thank you very much for visiting the Paletti Rosa Homestead. I hope to see you again, and please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you will. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.